Hey, what's up everyone? Danny and Alex. In this tutorial, let's look at some basic techniques you can use from the mount position in Jiu-Jitsu. All right, so from the mount position, the first technique we're going to be studying is the cross collar choke. So just like in the closed guard position, you can also do this in the mount position as well. So look, I'm going to take my free hand, open up his collar, and use the opposite arm and point it towards the ceiling so my palm is up, right? You hear me a lot saying palm down or palm up. This time we want the palm up motion and 4 fingers go inside his gi. Once we have this, we always want to make sure that our wrist is against his neck. You don't want to be holding far away just as such. This is not just the purpose of holding on to the gi. This is a person that's underneath you and you're trying to choke their neck. So you want to be against that neck with your wrist bone. Okay, now the opposite arm is going to find its way through inside your arm. So from underneath, all right? It won't matter if you went over, it's just that it's more difficult and challenging to get that grip from here. So by sliding underneath your arm, it makes it so much easier to drive the hands inside. Now, it's very important to understand the concept of doing cross collar chokes. I don't want to be pulling and forcing the elbows out using a lot of arm strength. I want to be able to twist the grips as such and then pulling in with my elbows when I do this type of technique. So I'm going to open up the collar, bring this snug, and now look, the other one goes underneath. Again, almost like my thumbs are touching each other behind his neck. And now look, make everything nice and tight. There's a lot of pressure right now, but to make it even worse, you're going to bring your body weight and your head over that arm to create the pressure for the collar choke. So one more time. Open up the gi, slide 4 fingers inside. Opposite hand, same thing with the thumb up inside the opposite side. Sometimes we refer to this as the X choke because we're doing an X with our arms. And look, squeeze tight and bring your body weight into the choke. Okay, the next one we're going to look at is also a choke, but this one is an old school thumb choke. All right, so we're using our thumbs instead of the 4 fingers. Okay, so look, I'm going to open up his gi and just insert the thumb only this time. So now we have the palm down inside his jacket. But once again, the blade of the wrist against his neck. So we're going here and nice and tight. Now the opposite hand, this time we'll go over and we'll do the same thing. Our thumb will go palm down, thumb inside this gi, and we're going to close on this side. So we're doing the same thing, 1 and 2. All right, so we go here, 1, and then here, and making a nice tight grip. Once we have this position now, it's important to bring your elbows in, and I'm going to lean into the choke with my body weight and creates a lot of pressure to create the collar choke once again, just like the previous technique. Now, it's important to understand that when you do any type of collar chokes, you don't want to be forcing out. You don't want to be twisting away. In this case, because the palms are down, I don't want to open the palms. I want to kind of like bring the palms tighter. And I also don't want to just pull up. All right, those are common mistakes. So it's important to do the technique correctly. So we're going to be here, and we're going to go here and close it nice here. And now look, my elbows are going to go in, and now I'll bring my body weight on top to create the pressure for the choke. All right, our last technique, I want to look at an armbar technique. So a lot of times, like in the previous video, we finish in the mount position with a cross collar grip as such. Maybe you're setting up that first collar choke. Maybe you just finished a scissor sweep from here, from the guard, and now you end up with one hand inside his collar and you don't know what to do. So a lot of times you can just simply let everything go and stabilize your position. That's great for securing that position, but sometimes you're in a perfect spot to start attacking, such as the armbar. So we're going to go here. We ended up like this. Now look, I'm going to take this arm and just shove his elbow across. So look, I can bring my chest and stabilize this arm temporarily so I can place my hand on the mat. What's going to happen now is I want to rotate my body so my knee comes at the same height as his head. Okay, now let's turn here, Alex. from here, once I have this position, what I want to do with this far leg is bring it up. So watch, I'm going to bring it up to here and turn like this. Okay, so now my foot is right against his shoulder. I don't let go of the collar just yet. Now this arm here naturally is going to be stuck. It's stuck between my body here. So his arm is always accessible, and that's what we want. Now I'm going to lean my weight towards his knee. So from here, you're going to be sitting on this leg, and you're going to find that you can't pass your leg for the arm bar, or you might not even have the flexibility to do so. The trick is this. I'm going to bring all my weight on this knee and bring my ear towards that knee over there. Watch. From here, now look, I've created a lot of gap to pass this leg over and catch his wrist and slide the other hand to his wrist and finish the arm bar. So once again, we're going to put one hand inside his collar. And this is a critical concept, guys. Very important detail is to put the hand here, and you're not going to let go of this hand until the very last moment, okay? So now you can pull the arm across, bring it here, and put your body weight on it so you can slide to this position. Now bring your opposite foot underneath his shoulder like this, okay? So it's a very similar position as the S mount, but it's just a modified technique so you guys can actually get the mount position for an arm bar. Now from here, I want to lean my body towards this side so that way there I can take the weight off this foot because now I'm sitting on this foot. And look, shift my weight. Now this leg will become very light once I remove my toe from the mat so I can pass to here and I'll catch the arm bar. But you might be saying when we do all this, he's going to block the arm bar. So now you end up like this and you don't have the wrist. So look, when he's holding like this, all we're going to do is look, reach for his elbow and pull this arm in, see? It breaks the lock, and now you can slide to the wrist and trap the arm to finalize the arm lock. All right, guys, so there you have it, some mount attacks for Jiu-Jitsu. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Leave us a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more tutorials of Jiu-Jitsu. We'll catch you
in the next video.
Take care.